It was a sunny afternoon on April 28, 1908, in Hawaii. Aloha Airlines Flight 243 was preparing for a routine 35-minute hop from Hilo to Honolulu. This short route was nothing unusual. In fact, the aircraft had already completed several flights earlier that day. Passengers boarded like any other day, including seasoned locals and a few curious tourists. One woman noticed a small crack on the fuselage near a panel with several rivets. It looked unusual, but she dismissed it, trusting that the airline, known for safety, would never let anything unsafe take off. At 1:25 p.m., the Boeing 737 took to the skies. On board were 89 people, including 5 crew members. The flight climbed to its cruising altitude of 24,000 feet. Just another day in paradise. But what happened next would turn this peaceful island flight into one of the most harrowing stories in aviation history. Suddenly, a loud explosion shattered the calm. The roof of the aircraft's front section violently ripped off, nearly 35 square meters of fuselage gone in an instant. Wind roared through the plane as passengers and crew were slammed by depressurization. Seats were exposed to open sky, and terrified passengers clung to anything they could. One flight attendant, Clarabelle Lansing, was tragically sucked out of the aircraft. Her body was never recovered. In the chaos, it seemed impossible the plane could remain airborne. Captain Robert Schornsteimer and First Officer Mimi Tompkins instantly took control. The cockpit was intact, the only reason this flight had a chance. Fighting fierce turbulence and explosive decompression, they initiated an emergency descent. Meanwhile, flight attendants, injured and terrified, crawled along the aisle, calming passengers and helping them with oxygen masks, even though the mask had not deployed as designed due to the suddenness of the rupture. The damage was far worse than it looked. The fuselage's metal skin had literally peeled back, exposing passengers to the open air at 24,000 feet. The structural failure was massive, and the plane shuddered with every movement. Despite the chaos, the crew remained focused. With radio contact established, the pilots declared an emergency and aimed for the nearest airport, Kahului Airport on Maui. Passengers sat frozen, some praying, some crying, unsure if they had survived the next minute. The pilots had only one shot. The landing would be fast, rough, and uncertain. Emergency vehicles waited on the runway as the crippled jet approached. Incredibly, just 13 minutes after the explosion, Flight 243 touched down safely. The aircraft came to a halt, its front shredded and passengers shaken but alive. Only one person, Clarabelle Lansing's Ian, had been lost. 65 people were injured, some seriously, but all others survived. It was a miracle in the sky. Investigators later revealed the cause: metal fatigue. The aircraft, built in 1969, had undergone tens of thousands of short, frequent flights, known as cycle fatigue. Tiny cracks had formed around the rivet holes and went unnoticed during inspections. Over time, these cracks expanded until they caused a catastrophic failure. This incident led to sweeping changes in how airlines inspect older aircraft, especially those operating in humid, salty environments like Hawaii. The story of Flight 243 is not just one of disaster, but of incredible bravery. The pilot's calm under pressure and the crew's heroic actions saved dozens of lives. Today, aviation is safer because of what they endured and what they taught the world about the importance of diligence, training, and courage in the face of the unimaginable.